Doing this on a trial basis to see if we can help change students' behavior of missing school or a lack of attendance. The bigger issue is attendance, and we really need students to come to school so that they can learn, so that they can practice future job skills by having a commitment and showing up and being here on time and doing the things that they need to do in order to be successful. So Saturday school is an opportunity for students to have a consequence that is one that we hope will help change students' behavior so that they will start coming to school, because we need them here at school. There are a lot of things linked to attendance, though. Students' grades. We find that students who come to school are more successful in their academics because they are here, they're prepared, they get their assignments and they do their work. We also find that students who miss school or on a frequent basis many times make choices that are not the best choices. They end up getting in trouble. Sometimes we have to refer them to an interdisciplinary hearing. We have students who miss a lot of school many times, not all students, but many times make choices that are not the best choices and end up affecting their educational career in a long term and a short term. We're just trying to stress the importance of attendance, because our school allows 10 days, up to 10 days to be missed per semester by any student, and that's by class. And that is a lot of days that we give, that our school district gives students to miss. And we really need students to be at school in order to teach them, in order to give them the information they need to be successful. So this Saturday school provides an opportunity for the student to have a consequence. All the students will have already had an attendance contract. They will have had a conference with their assistant principal. Their parents will have been contacted. Letters will have been mailed home. So now we're providing, and many times a lot of students are given detention or ISS for skipping or being truant or not showing up to school. So this is a consequence outside of those consequences or above those consequences that hopefully will help students realize the importance of coming to school. It provides an opportunity, though. It's not just a consequence. It provides an opportunity for students to learn from their mistakes, change their behavior, attend class, and regain their credit. Our hope, our true hope, is that students will learn from this, that Saturday school will not be the most attractive thing, but we all make mistakes. And as we make those mistakes, we learn from those, and we should try to learn from those. And our hope is that students will learn that coming to school is very important, and attendance is important for their sake. We're going to have school. We're going to provide the instruction. We're going to provide our best for students every single day. We're going to ask our teachers to do that as well. And what we're asking from our students is that they provide their best every day, and that they come to school and make good choices that will help them in their future career.
It's important for students to understand, get your high school degree. You have to do that in order to have any opportunity opened up for you in the future. But whether it's a trade school, a technical school, any path that you choose, you can be successful, and you can be passionate and be happy in that type of work, and we desperately need it. And so I would encourage anybody that is looking at what their future holds, and that don't necessarily think they're going to be a doctor, lawyer, engineer, or astronaut. That's not what defines success. I also am well known for a certain phrase that I use at just about any opportunity I get to talk to high school students, and particular seniors. And that is that we've invested in you, we've given you opportunities, and most of you are going to move on and do good things and be active members of the community. But regardless of whether you go off to that 4-year college degree or you go to a technical institute and learn how to weld, success in life is not defined by what you become in life, but it's who you become in life. So above all, respect your family, friends, and future wife and children and coworkers. Be honest, be ethical, and be an active participant in your community.
And when young people come to my court, we really focus on 4 basic things, because that's what we find is missing when kids start getting in trouble. We make young people set goals. We make sure young people are getting their education and not just being in the seat, but not skipping a class, being there every day, making their grades, turning in their assignments, and having good behavior while they're there. And then also finding positive friends and activities, typically some form of activity around school or in school, and then avoiding the negatives, which I call pretty basic: bad friends, drugs, and alcohol. My concern as the judge that deals with the young people is the skipping and the missing school. There's a correlation between getting into court and getting into trouble. When you skip school, lots of times you may think you're not going to do anything wrong, but the next thing you know, one of your friends has marijuana or some drug or alcohol, and then you get pulled over and you're now being arrested on a delinquency. I firmly believe, as a young person, for you to stay focused and meet your goals, education, and making the most out of it has to be a fundamental part of that process, because without it, you lose your incentive. And once you lose your goals, I can tell you to behave, but why would you?
Most of the kids I have arrested have skipped school and gone out and done illegal activities and came back to school, and has caused me to arrest them for illegal crimes they've committed while they're not in class. Most of the stuff I arrest kids here for are misdemeanor crimes, but there have been some felony crimes that I've arrested students for here that later on in life can affect their charges or affect their life, because they're getting fingerprinted. They're going to Benton County Jail, they're going to get fingerprinted. That's going to pop up when they try to apply for a job later on in life.
A person that stays in school is going to have something to do during the day. They're going to be around friends, they're going to be around people that care about them, they're going to have structure in their life, and they're going to just have a support network that once they leave school can very easily disappear if they don't take positive steps to make it happen. And a lot of times when we see when people leave school, they get out in the middle of the day while all their buddies are at school, and they're out doing things and they're not supposed to be doing. They're out at places they shouldn't be, you know, for someone that's their age, and they make decisions based on their environment, which is a lot of times in a negative space when they're out of school.
Well, parental involvement is key, because one, it's the law. A lot of people don't know this, but you can be fined $500 if you don't have your kids in school. But two, it goes back to those 4 fundamental things we look for. Family relationships and positive family relationships have to be part of the equation for a young person to be successful. In fact, to go along with parental involvement, when you do come to court, in any kind of case, we require the parents to get up to the school either weekly or bi-weekly and make sure the education part is being fixed. Because without parents checking in and leading the way, what's the incentive for a young person to do all that on their own? There's just not. We have to have young people in school we can go on and on about why. But the fact of the matter is, young people are young people. I can tell them, and you can tell them, come to school and do your work. But there has to be some accountability for everybody. The young person, the parents, the schools, the courts, we all need to make sure that we're doing what we can do to give that incentive to be in school. Because good things typically happen at school. Bad things happen typically when you're not at school.
Attendance is linked to developing life skills. There are some things that are rooted in good attendance during school, during your high school career, that will transfer to good job skills. Employers want employees that will show up every day, that will do the job, that will be punctual, that will be on time, and be ready to go to work. So hopefully, our hope and desire is that we're providing students an opportunity to change their behavior so that they can regain their credit, so that they can save their credit in high school but also so that we'll make them a better citizen when they graduate.